Hey, what is up everyone? Coach Danny here. Today I want to talk about one of the hardest pieces of training equipment that we have in our gym. All right, so if you have access to a gym that has one of these, go for it. It's one of the toughest equipment you can use to enhance your cardiovascular training. All right, so technically it's one of those equipments that I love, but it's also one that I hate. It's a love-hate relationship that I have with this piece of equipment, and it is the Schwinn Airdyne Bike. Okay, so on this bike, this is actually, we have two in our gym. We have the older model, which is this one right here, and also have the newer model. So I'm just using the older one for the sake of this video. Doesn't matter, they work both the same. The only difference on the newer models, they'll have a more fancy digital, screen on it, but I'm not there for the fanciness. This piece of equipment is not your typical bike that you'll use to watch TV on it or listen to your favorite tunes and go for a 30 to 45 minute bike ride on it, okay? This is the type of equipment that you want to use if you're hardcore. Now, what is hardcore and what is good cardiovascular training? Well, it depends. Are you just using it for, in a leisurely fashion, in a sense that you just want to burn a little bit of fat, burn some calories? You can use any type of bike or even a spinning bike such as this one. But going back to here, what happens now is with the Airdyne bike, you're really going to be working your legs as well as your upper body and your arms and shoulders. Your back muscles are going to be tiring a lot because you're pushing and pulling the handles at the same time that you're pedaling. And the faster you start increasing the speed on this, the harder it gets. All right, so there's no knob where you can actually put it lighter or harder on the resistance. You will do the resistance. So basically it's just a fan. There's no belts. It's just a fan. And as you go faster, the fan starts to catch more into the wind and makes it tougher and tougher. So I want to talk about basically, everyone knows how to use a bike, but I just want to talk about two methods of increasing your conditioning for this. And I don't like to call this a cardio type of training. I like to call this would be cardio for me. All right, walking on a treadmill could be a cardio training. Okay, but this is a conditioning piece of equipment. So MMA fighters, a lot of professional athletes will use this. The typical people don't want to use this because it's a very tough workout. Okay, so of course, if I demonstrate quickly here, you can use this and just go slow as such as I'm pedaling, pushing and pulling and going super slow, right? So as I'm starting to move forward now, I can do this for about 30 minutes, no problem. Where it gets really tough as a conditioning tool is what I'm going to use is two different workout methods. And the first one you should be using on an Airdyne bike, one of two methods, choose which one you like best or actually alternate them, is I would recommend doing a HIIT type of training, HIIT, high intensity interval training. On this equipment, it's perfect. So how are we going to do this? We're going to set the start button on and we're going to use it for 20 seconds. You would do 20 seconds of all out. I'm not saying just regular speed, all out speed, everything you have, as fast and as hard you can push the handles on this. And then we're going to rest for only 10 seconds. So this would exactly be using Tabata training methods, right? So we're going to do this 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're going to only rest for half of the work time, and then you're going to repeat that for 4 to 8 sets. All right, so if you do 8 sets of this, that's only a 4-minute workout. But trust me, guys, doing 4 minutes of this type of training intensity on an Airdyne bike is harder than running for 30 minutes, okay? So let me just give you a quick glimpse of what it would look like using this type of method. So I would just start it here, start pedaling so I get the motion, press start, and now I go all out. And there we go. And now, now I would simply rest for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and I have to go set number 2. And we'll continue pushing this for a total of 8 sets. So see, I'm already winded, and I only did 1. So we'd have to do 7 more of these. So this is a really hard conditioning method. Now the second method I would suggest is doing the 1-to-1 ratio. So what is the 1-to-1? Basically choose a time, for example 30 seconds, and do this a little bit less intense, but about here, for 30 seconds, and then take 30 seconds off. And then repeat that cycle anywhere from 10 to 20 times. So the one-to-one is also really tough. You could choose 1 minute, 1 minute rest. You can even go 2 minutes and 2 minutes rest. I would recommend shorter periods, such as 30 or 60 seconds, and the equivalent time to rest in between each set. This one here, push it anywhere from 10 to 20 sets. So there you have it, guys. 2 different intense methods to increase your conditioning. If you're a fighter, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, judo, boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, doesn't really matter, just an everyday athlete, everyday warrior. If you have access to an Airdyne bike, if your gym has one, our gym does, use this. Really tough, short, intense, to the point. Trust me, guys, one of the hardest pieces of equipment out there to increase your conditioning. Until next time, guys, I'm gonna actually do my workout on this today, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.